The Hat Seller and the Monkeys. A long time ago, in a small village, there lived a man who sold hats. He would walk from place to place, carrying a big basket full of colorful hats, red ones, blue ones, green ones, and even yellow ones. The children in the village loved to see him coming because the hats looked so bright and cheerful. One hot afternoon, the hat seller was walking through a forest on his way to another town. The sun was shining so strongly that sweat rolled down his face. "Oh my, it's so hot today," he said to himself. "I need a little rest." He spotted a tall tree with big, shady leaves. "Perfect," he thought. He set down his heavy basket, full of hats, and sat under the tree. A cool breeze blew, and soon the hat seller's eyes grew heavy. "Just a short nap," he whispered, and he fell fast asleep. When he woke up some time later, he stretched and rubbed his eyes. But when he looked beside him, he gasped. His basket was empty. "Where are all my hats?" he cried. Then he heard giggles and chattering from above. He looked up into the branches of the tree, and there they were. Dozens of monkeys were sitting on the branches, each one wearing a hat. A monkey in a red hat scratched its belly. Another in a blue hat hung upside down, grinning. Some clapped their hands, others tugged at the brims. They looked so silly that the hat seller almost laughed, but then he remembered, "Those are my hats. I need them back." The man thought and thought. Then he remembered something clever. "Monkeys love to copy people," he whispered. So he took the hat off his head and waved it in the air. The monkeys waved their hats too. He lifted his hat high above his head, and they lifted theirs. The man smiled. "Yes, yes, good monkeys," he said softly. Then he quickly threw his hat down to the ground. And guess what? All the monkeys copied him. They threw their hats down, and the hats tumbled like colorful rain to the ground. The man laughed with joy, hurriedly picked them up, and put them back in his basket. "What a lucky day," he said, and he went on his way. Many years passed. The hat seller grew old, and his grandson began to sell hats too. The boy loved listening to his grandfather's stories, especially the one about the monkeys in the forest. "Grandpa, tell me again how you fooled them," he would say. And the old man would laugh and tell the story once more. One day, the grandson carried his own basket of hats through the very same forest. The sun shone brightly, just like in his grandfather's story. "Oh, it's so hot," he said. He saw the same big tree and thought, "This must be the tree from the story. Maybe I should rest here just like Grandpa did." So he put down his basket of hats, leaned against the tree, and soon he was fast asleep. When he woke up, oh no, just like in the story, his basket was empty. He looked up, and there were the monkeys again. They were wearing his hats, swinging on the branches, and laughing. But the boy was not worried. He smiled proudly and said, "Ha! I know exactly what to do. Grandpa told me the secret." He took off his hat and waved it. The monkeys copied him. He lifted it high, and they copied again. "Perfect," he thought. "Now all I have to do is throw my hat down, and they'll throw theirs too." So he threw his hat to the ground with a big smile. But this time, the monkeys did not copy him. They held onto their hats tightly. They shook their heads as if to say, "No way!" The boy blinked. "Wait, why aren't you copying me?" he asked. He stomped his feet. The monkeys just chattered. He scratched his head. They scratched theirs. He clapped. They clapped, but they would not throw their hats. Then suddenly, one clever monkey climbed down from the tree. He picked up the boy's hat, looked straight at him, and said with a cheeky grin, "Hey, do you think only you have a grandfather?" The boy's mouth dropped open in surprise. They learned the trick from my grandpa's time." The monkeys laughed, swinging back up into the branches, holding the hats tightly. The boy sat down and sighed. "Oh no, the old trick doesn't work anymore. Now what should I do?" Moral of the story: the world changes. A solution that worked before may not work again. That's why we must think in new, creative ways when we face problems. Don't just repeat the same old answers, because the monkeys might already know them too.